Salah is entitled to go down. You don't know that. Are you Salah? Are you Salah?
No, but Carl, that's not the point. Carl, no, wait, we're allowed to come back. No one's entitled to go down. No one's The
talkSPORT Clips of the Week.
Yeah, Clips of the Week time. We'll crack on, and we kick off with Alvin Martin, who's invented a new word.
So I always worry about them playing that sort of passing game through the winter months and getting out physicalised.
It's a good word, out physicalised.
Let's get physicalised.
Olivia Newton-John.
And on a similar note, here's Tony Cascarino.
I think Maitland-Niles will become a very good player. The only fear for me is, like many young Arsenal players, have deteriorated. Indeed. On to breakfast now with Alan Brazil and Craig Mitch. We're going through the back pages the morning after Spurs versus Brighton.
Says Spurs rescued by Christian Aid. Mike Walters speaks about Long's goal in the Express, and he says Long in 60 seconds. Cheeky pun there.
Christian Aid's another one I see.
Yeah, it is. I think he just told you that. Craig just mentioned that. Christian Aid, can I throw that into the mix as well? I think that was on the back of one of the...
They then turned their attention to the snooker.
They did, yeah.
All right, I think it's time to get into a bit of snooker, though.
Well, James Cahill, or Cahill, depends how you pronounce it.
Well, you want to pronounce it right, don't you? So,
Cahill.
I mean, there was Tim and there was Gary, so there was a
Gary and Tim Cahill?
Yeah, of course, the Cahill boys. You all remember them, don't we? Fisherman's Blues now, and host Nigel Botherway had good news for fans of River Monsters host Jeremy Wade.
For anyone who missed him, there's 4 pages of Jeremy in this week's Angling Times, which is a really good read. 2-page interview and 2-page extract from his book, How to Think Like a Fish.
Oh, how to think like a... We bought that for Alan. We thought it was how to drink like a fish. How to drink like a fish. Yeah. We'll send it back. I'll send it back to Amazon, Eddie. Don't worry. Sorry, Jeremy, if you're listening. One sail down.
Let's get news now of a result from Nigel Adderley.
Elsewhere today, it was 0-0 between Hibernian and Chelsea.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's been bad. It's not that bad.
You're getting top 4 in the SPL, Andy. I think you might be top 2.
It could be.
Now, let's get the weather with Ross Powell.
It'll be a warm Easter Sunday for many with plenty of sunshine, but it will be cloudier, cooler and windier on the far northwest.
Yeah, I think I've got their single, but I think it's cloudier, cooler featuring Winder, actually, Ross, if you want to look into that. So, it's you, isn't it?
It's me, yes, and here's the Moose, painting himself into a commentary corner.
Hernandez has put one hand up, he's taken it low, and in the end it's absolutely terrible. It's the worst free kick Ellen Road has seen this side of when somebody else took a bad one.
Yeah, see, he's done that before, hasn't he? And that is actually the worst clip since, well, this one.
It bounces away. That would have been some goal if Loftus-Cheek had managed to put that one in. The amount of twisting and turning he did there, like a twisty and turny thing.
Don't paint yourself into those cul-de-sacs, Moose.
Don't say like something. Just say it.
Because you've got nowhere to go with it.
Back to Alan Brazil now, who's discovered a simple way to make City's overseas player sound more northern.
Yeah.
And Aguero went on a chase, hunt the ball back. Sané was flying in, Bernard Silva was flying in. They were vroom, 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 pressing like a pack.
Bernard Silva.
Yes.
You should go and see my man. He's got to play office over Russian way. Bernard Silva has saved you a hell of a lot of money.
I know, I call him Bernie Silva.
I'm sure you do. Yes, right. Mike and Bernie Silva. Now, back to Cass with this shock revelation after the boxing at the weekend.
Ami has had a real strange career because he's had a glassy chin, but do you know what? If you've got a glassy chin, you've got to be very brave to go in the ring. Yeah. You've got a glassy chin. He's had that.
I think there's all sorts of reasons why Amir wouldn't have a glass of gin.
It wouldn't be ideal.
Oh, a glassy chin.
Oh, glassy chin.
Yeah, I've never heard it called that before. I mean, they say you might have a little bit of a glass chin, but not a glassy chin. I quite like
or
that.
A glass jaw.
Right? Yeah, a glass jaw, yeah. But a glassy chin. I like that. It's good. Enough, yeah, that's going to take off.
It is. Here's Jim White now, chatting to his guest, the former Ipswich and Palace striker, Shefki Kuki.
One or two people, Shefki, are identifying with your story. And I mean by that, at the age of 12, you were 12.
I think we can all identify with that.
That's true, really.
Do you really? Yeah. Taking you back to when you were 12, And actually, we thought Alan was a little bit harsh here.
Sad news again. Jim White coming up, of course.
No need for that.
A bit harsh.
No need for that.
I like the show.
Yeah.
Anyway, back now to Fisherman's Blues for the talkSPORT Highlight of the Week.
Karen gave me 2 slices. I can't remember what it was, and I completely forgot about it.
Lemon drizzle.
That's it, lemon drizzle. We sat there all day fishing. It was only about 2 days later. I remember they were still in the car, but so I had to eat both slices. Sorry about that, Adam. But if I forget today, it's going to get a bit. The arm just fell off my chair.
Here we are.
Fantastic. But these are new chairs. How did that happen?
That does take some doing. I don't think he struck me as someone who fidgets a lot, Nige. But anyway, the arm just fell off his chair. We take him at his word. Now, of course, today is Football Shirt Friday. It's an annual event for the Bobby Moore Fund where people turn out in their football shirts and then they donate £5 or more to fantastic charity for the fight against bowel cancer. And of course, Alan doesn't need to be told this because he was right across it.
Nice one. It's National Football Shirt. Is it National Day or is it every, I don't know, is it a Friday every month or something?
Thanks, Al.
Brilliant, isn't it?
It all makes sense now.
Oh, it does.
It does all make sense.
And finally, Mark Saggers and Ray Houghton at White Hart Lane. And Sags was getting annoyed with the half-time stragglers.
The bars and the cafeterias and the pub there is in it, everything is magnificent.
Yeah, the only thing is it's a
Get back!
It's a bit like Wembley, they don't get out, do they?
Get back to the seats!
Yeah.
Come and watch this, we're about to start. Listen to it with us, here are your eyes. Sam Matterface and Ray Houghton.
Beautiful.
Get back! Yeah. Well, you can probably guess what happens next, can't you, really?
Jojo left his arm in Tucson, Arizona, for some California grass.
Get back! Get back!
Get back to where you want to belong.
If you look closely at that film in 1969, you can just
see
up
on the roof.
Yeah, in Baker Street.
Yeah.
There he is.
It says, oh, we've passed the audition. No, you haven't. You were rubbish.
Was it Savile Row?
Sags on the roof. Anyway, thank you everybody suggesting clips that were played. David Clark, Daz Maplesden, Zoggy the Gooner, Chris Sheld, Arnold Anderson, Wardy, Phil Richardson, Reverend Ruthless, Isabel Minter, Jackie Boy, Mark Gibson, Ellie Copter. Beautiful. Roger in Durham and Rich Weaver. If you hear a clip on talkSPORT over the next 7 days. Yes, you certainly are. Thanks for your